One of the key features in JE Viewer is not included in the menu above here, um, but it is the snapshot feature. And so let me demonstrate how to do that. So let's go back and let's load up the visualization that we were looking at on free will. And where we are, we're right here. And as this loads, we will position it the way we want, simply by dragging around, zooming, and so on. So we've got this centered, but it's very much at a distance. Okay. Well, let's do what we did earlier. Let's load up some prepared notes that accompany this visualization. And free will conversion. So that's down here. Actually, I want to shrink this text a little bit, make the font a little bit smaller because we've got this little short line at the bottom, extra line. So let's shrink the text. Okay, one click will take care of that. So position this, and we look at it and say, oh, this is nice. And this kind of gives a grand overview. So if we want a snapshot of this screen, this window, JE Viewer will make an image of it. And how it does that is you simply hit the tab key on your keyboard. It's not in the menu item. It's not it's not available anywhere else except for tab key on your keyboard. But press tab, and doesn't seem like anything's happened, but it has. So let's say, okay, now we want to capture another shot of something. So let's, with our wheel on our mouse, let's zoom in to this location, and let's see, what are we looking at here? We're looking at a node of guilt and all of the various pages that particular word occurs. And then we have another one, guiltiness. And so I'm just looking for something interesting here. So, okay, I see something here that looks nice. And I think it'll capture well. So we have the term guilt that Edwards uses, these pink ones, pink nodes, and the page volume page numbers. And we have the term conversion. In this cluster, we see a convergence. Now, it's what's happening in this cluster is on these particular pages, you have conversion and guilt both occurring. Now, later I will demonstrate, or I'll just tell you right now, I might not demonstrate. It can zero in on, these graphs can zero in on, do these two terms occur very close together, not simply on the same page, but very close together. But in this instance, these are locations where the circle is. Within the circle, these locations are where Edwards uses conversion and guilt on the same page within the works of Jonathan Edwards volumes 1 through 26. These are all of the occasions where Edwards uses specifically guilt and specifically conversion, and no other variations, but those two words, they co-occur on this page. So we want to capture a picture of this. Again, let's hit the tab key. Everything's placed well. We like how it looks. The caption looks at the bottom. It looks correct. Let's press tab. I pressed it. It doesn't seem like anything's happened, but let's exit out of this of JE Viewer, and let's go take a look. So press the escape key. Okay, now we've looked at a couple of folders so far. We've looked at visualizations and we've looked at prepared notes. Whenever we hit the tab key, it saves into snapshots. And what it does is it saves a PNG image file of whatever the screen displayed when we hit the tab key. And let me just, before we open these up, let's just take note. It names it Snapshot. Everything is named Snapshot, but then there's a date and time stamp on it. So you could capture successive sequences of images or sequences of images, and they're not going to write over each other because even though they're named snapshot, they have a distinct time marker. So this was taken at 8, 37, and 36 seconds on December 10th, 2018. This was taken at 8:39 and 49 seconds. So you can just take as many snapshots as you want, and it will just collect them. It will deposit them here in the snapshots folder, and then you can, they will be in order, they'll be in sequence, and then you can, use them as you will. So let's just open up the first one. You pull it up full screen or full size, and this is what it captured. And this is an image. So, if you wanted to erase part of it or crop it or do whatever you want, you can do that. Okay. So I don't want to do that. Undo. But yes, that is your image right there. And it can be dropped in a Word document or imported into another image editing program or posted on social media or whatever you can do with an image, you can do with this snapshot. So let me close this out and let's open up the next one. And don't save. And this is the one where we zoomed in. So there we go. Guilt conversion right there. And same caption. Yeah, and you see right here that it puts a timestamp on the image itself. So snapshot animation on I think I've got this backwards. It's supposed to be month day, but I'll correct that. And yeah, unsigned. So there's an option where you can actually add your own name right here, and it'll be stamped into the image. Okay.